Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 520 based on novel. So let's start. Cracking sounds echoed next to Wang Lin's ears. A crack appeared in his skull, and in his chest, his bones began to shatter. At this moment of life and death, Wang Lin closed his eyes. When his eyes closed, everything in this world became false and all the pain disappeared. At the same time, Wang Lin raised his hand and waved with his eyes closed. This wave caused the sky to become dim and the earth to wither. The three ancient clan auras disappeared. One portion flew into the sky and another flew into the earth. Dream Tao fused with dream of ancient times. This dream will be my dream. Auras of the three ancient clans turn into the power of dream to form my spell, Immortal Dream. With my eyes closed, everything is false. With my eyes open, enter my dream. Wang Lin suddenly opened his eyes. Wang Lin had studied Dream of Ancient Times, and although it was strong, it had limitations. Dream of Ancient Times was just the owner of the shield summoning everything he remembered and turning it into a dream to kill. However, the master of the shield had died and the dream was also dead, unable to change. Wang Lin's own dream Tao was inspirited by this. At this moment, he became the master of the shield and the master of this dream. When he became the master, his thoughts could change everything about the dream. The moment he opened his eyes, he became the dream of ancient time. His eyes opened and the illusory heaven and earth trembled. Heaven became his eye and the earth also became his eye. When his eyes opened, the world opened. The world had become Wang Lin's eyes. Yimo's child's face turned pale as he looked back. What he saw shocked him, so much so that he awakened from his madness. He saw a faint pupil appear in this world, and it was filled with coldness and killing intent. The sky was the upper eyelid and the earth was the lower eyelid. Together, they formed a giant eye. If this was it, he wouldn't be terrified. What terrified him was what he saw with his divine sense. His divine sense spread out and broke free from this illusory world. He saw that there was a giant face outside. His body was located in front of the left eye of the face. That wasn't just a face but also an infinitely large body. The body had a white robe and white hair that fluttered in the wind. It was Wang Lin. This scene shocked him and he was stunned there. He didn't dare to believe what he was seeing with this divine sense and eyes. He froze. Just as he froze, there was a flash of coldness in Wang Lin's left eye and it slowly closed. A power that could kill anything spread out as the left eye closed. Impossible. Yimo's child turned around to look at Wang Lin, who he was tearing, but when he turned around, he saw no one before him. Wang Lin had disappeared. Not only had Wang Lin disappeared, but this rapidly closing world had nothing beside him. A sense of fear from being alone immediately filled his mind. What kind of spell is this? Yimo's child's face was extremely pale. His eyes were filled with horror and he quickly retreated, but he wasn't faster than the collapsing world. Wang Lin's left eye slowly closed. I don't believe it, it's all fake. Yimo's child suddenly looked up at the sky that was pressing down and threw punches at it. Thunderous rumbles echoed, but he couldn't stop the sky from collapsing. A moment later, as the world continued to squeeze, there were only several thousand feet of space left. Yimo's hands held up the sky and kicked against the earth. His expression was twisted from pain as he resisted. This is all fake. With a bang, Yimo's child's knees collapsed and he knelt down. The world squeezed until it was only few thousand feet high. I'm Yimo's child. I was formed by the essence blood from his head, I can't lose. Yimo's child let out a painful roar and his arms exploded. The world darkened and completely closed. There was no gap remaining. If one looked from a distance, the giant Wang Lin's left eye had completely closed. Then his body flickered and dissipated into specks of crystal light. The dream was over. When the dream ended, the world disappeared. They were still in the space outside the wheel formation. The tens of thousands of cultivators watching didn't know what had happened at all. From their view, Emo's child had just stopped there and started letting out painful roars. There was nothing before him. Wang Lin stood tens of thousands of feet away with his eyes closed. After less than 10 breaths of time, Wang Lin opened his eyes. His eyes were filled with fatigue and killing intent as he stepped forward like a meteor. There was a flash of blood light and the blood sword appeared in his right hand as Wang Lin closed in on the terrified Emo's child. At the moment Emo's child opened his eyes and revealed a confused gaze, Wang Lin flashed by with the blood sword. Emo's child's body was split in half. Even at the moment of his death, his eyes were still filled with confusion. When his body was split in half, the two halves turned into 8 drops of purple blood that flew toward Wang Lin and entered his forehead. Wang Lin became even more exhausted. After taking the 8 drops of blood, he didn't immediately absorb them but took one step toward the wheel formation. When he entered the formation, he could no longer suppress his injuries and coughed out blood. He immediately sat down next to Shi Zifeng and began healing. That battle earlier was extremely dangerous. Killing Emo's child was extremely difficult for Wang Lin without the Li Guang bow. Although he had won, he had been injured by that terrifying Tearing the Heaven spell. The Tearing the Heaven spell still made Wang Lin feel a lingering sense of fear. That line of blood still existed between Wang Lin's eyebrows. Everything that had taken place in Dream of Ancient Times was real. He was nearly torn to pieces and killed by Emo's child. At this moment, the tens of thousands of Outer Realm cultivators saw him healing. After a brief moment of silence, roars filled with killing intent echoed. He is injured. He is healing, this is the best time to kill him. When he is injured, the wheel formation can't function properly. Break the formation and kill him. Those tens of thousands of cultivators became hot-blooded when they noticed that Wang Lin was injured. They all rushed toward Wang Lin, who was inside the formation. Thunderous rumbles echoed. As the tens of thousands of cultivators attacked like crazy, the formation became distorted as it withstood the attacks. Shi Zifeng sat next to Wang Lin and anxiety appeared in her eyes. Outside the formation, the 5 injured third-step cultivators clenched their teeth and also flew out, ignoring their injuries. They began bombarding the formation with their Joss flame spells. As the tens of thousands of cultivators bombarded, the wheel formation faintly trembled. The countless slave souls pushed the wheel to offset all those destructive attacks. However, just as Shi Zifeng was worrying and Mu Bingmai and the woman in pink also became anxious, Wang Lin opened his eyes. His eyes gave off a cold gaze. Although I'm injured, it isn't difficult killing you all. Wang Lin suppressed his injuries. His right hand formed a seal and pressed down on the formation. Wheel, appear and rotate. Wang Lin roared as his cultivation poured into the formation. The formation rumbled and a giant wheel appeared outside the formation. This wheel had countless slave souls pushing it, making it turn. This wheel had the power to change how the world functioned. As the wheel turned, it erupted with the power of death. As the wheel continued to turn, all the Outer Realm cultivators trembled and their bodies exploded. Their origin souls were absorbed to become slaves to turn the wheel. Tens of thousands of Outer Realm cultivators retreated in terror, and in the blink of an eye, the wheel turned 3 times. After 3 turns, countless people died. At this moment, the Outer Realm cultivators lost their wits. They rapidly fled and no longer dared to turn back. Just at this moment, Wang Lin suddenly stood up and waved his hand. The drop of celestial blood appeared from between his eyebrows and the Li Guang bow appeared. Wang Lin pulled the bowstring back until it was fully drawn. Although Wang Lin was tired, his eyes were filled with killing intent as he stared at the void outside the formation. Take one more step and I'll kill you again. When he said that, ripples echoed 1,000 feet outside the formation and the sovereign appeared. He stared at Wang Lin, and after pondering for a long time, he left. After the sovereign left, Wang Lin put away the Li Guang bow, and the injuries in his body became even worse. Blood flowed out from the corner of his mouth and he sat down. Time moved like a river without any pause. In the blink of an eye, it had been 9 months. During these 9 months, no Outer Realm cultivators had come. Shi Zifeng had warmed the wine again and again, but he never drank it again. Then, after 1 full year passed, Shizifeng looked at Wang Lin with a complicated expression before letting out a soft sigh and leaving. After her, the person that came to Wang Lin was the woman in pink. In the 5th month since the woman in pink had been next to Wang Lin, he opened his eyes and spat out a mouthful of foul air. His eyes were replaced with a bright glow. However, there was exhaustion in his eyes. Wang Lin had been injured by the tearing the heaven spell from Yi Mo's child. Even when he thought about it now, he felt that its strength was terrifying. "You've awakened," the woman in pink, who was very beautiful, sat beside Wang Lin. She looked toward Wang Lin and smiled. "She left?" Wang Lin turned around and found that Shizifeng was gone. Only Mu Bingmai sat motionless in the distance. "You spent more than 1 year healing." "Little sister Shizi already left," the woman in pink spoke softly. Her beautiful eyes looked at Wang Lin and then, with a smile, she said, "Before she left, she asked me to pass a message to you. She went to planet Qingling, but she didn't find Xie Qing, the disciple you spoke of." Wang Lin silently pondered for a bit and then nodded. At this moment, there seemed to be nothing for them to say. As Wang Lin pondered, the woman in pink also became silent. The star system was very quiet. Without the outer realm cultivators coming, one could sometimes see the distant stars shine. Their weak light was very beautiful in this starry sky. With the stars and starlight accompanying this man and woman, an inexplicable feeling arose between them. After a long time, the woman in pink looked at Wang Lin with a complicated expression and softly said, "It has been many years since we parted. Do you know who I am?" Wang Lin didn't look at her. He looked at the inner realm and calmly said, "Red butterfly. So you already knew." The woman in pink closed her eyes. "It was Zhu Wutai who reminded me. He found a formation in Shuiyu that had a strand of your hair. It seems you avoided the calamity by using that formation." That formation appeared in Wang Lin's eyes. This woman in pink was Red Butterfly. However, the proud woman from the past had changed a lot since then. That pride had been hidden deeply. From the outside, one couldn't see how she was brilliant as a butterfly like in the past. "Do you still remember what happened in the Rain Celestial Realm back then? At that time, we fought each other." Red Butterfly smiled as she recalled the past and spoke with Wang Lin like friends. "There was a period of time when I hated you, Wang Lin. You cut off one of my arms in the Rain Celestial Realm." Wang Lin smiled bitterly and subconsciously rubbed his nose. He didn't speak. "I never would have thought that we would talk like this after 2,000 years, when Red Butterfly saw Wang Lin rub his nose, she covered her mouth to smile. Her eyes squinted like a crescent moon while she smiled, looking very beautiful. "At that time, you wanted to kill me and I didn't even provoke you." Wang Lin shook his head and also laughed. "Although little sister Shizi is gone, she left the wine here." Red Butterfly looked at Wang Lin as she grabbed the jug of wine and handed it to him. Wang Lin accepted the wine jug and took a sip. "Also, on planet Suzaku, during our battle, you stole my soul lasher," Red Butterfly laughed. "It's all in the past now, but you still remember." Wang Lin smiled bitterly and didn't know what to say. "Of course I remember. If I wasn't seriously injured, I wouldn't have been controlled by Gan Feng. Speaking of that, thank you for freeing me in the Suzaku tomb." Thinking about the past, Red Butterfly let out a sigh. "There is no deep hatred between us, and it's all in the past now. You asked me to go to Shuiyu to find the blue rose, and I found it." Red Butterfly was the woman that had given him the deepest impression beside Li Muwen and Liu Mai. Her red butterfly-like figure, this proud woman was something difficult to forget. She reached the soul formation stage in just 100 years, she was a blessed woman. "At that time, I didn't think you would reach this point today. Everything is like a dream, I have this unreal feeling." Red Butterfly shook her head. Time slowly passed. In the blink of an eye, 3 days went by. Wang Lin didn't heal but recounted memories with Red Butterfly. They slowly recalled the feeling of what it was like being a weak cultivator. This feeling was very warm, very comfortable. "Later, in the battle between All Heaven and the Alliance, I saw you. But you didn't remember me anymore. Red Butterfly looked at Wang Lin. She had seen him on planet Suzaku and watched his light become brighter and brighter. This light slowly spread until it shrouded the entire inner and outer realms. Red Butterfly also felt admiration for Wang Lin. There was no one Red Butterfly liked in her life. If there was anyone, it was Wang Lin. However, they didn't have feelings for each other but some unexplainable connection. She was not sure what it was. Perhaps just like wine, as time passed, a familiar feeling developed. Their conversation gradually calmed down after a few days. Wang Lin began to cultivate to heal, and Red Butterfly just silently sat there, staring at the stars. There was confusion, complication, and brightness in her eyes. 1 month, 2 months. Unknowingly, the 9th month of the 2nd year passed by. On this day, a soft, blue light appeared outside the formation and gradually filled the star system. This blue light replaced all other lights, and the entire star system was filled with blue light. This blue light was like a sea that dyed the wheel formation, giving it a sorrowful kind of beauty. Blue would often give people a sense of sadness, like melancholy. Wang Lin opened his eyes, looked at the blue light outside the formation, and silently pondered. He saw the 2 figures walking out from the blue light. It was a man and woman, a father and daughter. It was Tao Master Blue Dream and Li Qianmai. After thinking about it for 1 year and 9 months, Tao Master Blue Dream had chosen to come. He and his daughter stopped outside the formation. Wang Lin's gaze swept over Tao Master Blue Dream and landed on Li Qianmai. Li Qianmai had become a lot thinner. Her expression was dim and she no longer had the demeanor she had before. When Wang Lin looked over, she looked at Wang Lin with a bitter expression. In this world, aside from Li Muwen, Wang Lin was able to remember Liu Mai because of Wang Ping, and Red Butterfly because of their karma. Li Qianmai was a beautiful and unforgettable encounter. They knew each other due to 3 questions and an undying pursuit. They continued to meet. What Li Qianmai said back then would forever linger in Wang Lin's heart. If there is a day when I'm not there, will you still remember that there was a woman named Li Qianmai in your life? Wang Lin could not make himself forget Li Qianmai. She had smeared blood on his statue for 10 years as her beauty withered. She had even gone to get medicine for him. Then, in the crack in the cloud sea, when she was close to death and was about to close her eyes, there was no regret in her gaze. For her, Wang Lin had gone to the outer realm to find Tao Master Blue Dream so that she could live on. Then, when she awakened, Wang Lin climbed Mount Blue while facing the endless pressure. He just wanted to take a look and see if she had awakened. However, that line, "Who are you?" was like a blade that cut off everything. That line made Wang Lin realize a lot, and he gave up resisting. He allowed the rejection force from Mount Blue to push him further and further away. Wang Lin looked at Li Qianmai, and after a long time, he said, "You've lost weight." Li Qianmai's body trembled and tears flowed from the corners of her eyes. She had long awakened her memory and remembered what had happened. Now that she heard what Wang Lin just said, she was unable to endure it anymore and shed tears. Red Butterfly looked at all of this and was startled for a moment. She looked at the 2 of them and silently pondered. Tao Master Blue Master let out a sigh and brought his daughter toward the formation. In the blink of an eye, they were less than 100 feet from the formation. The wheel formation buzzed, showing signs of activating. Wang Lin's gaze moved away from Li Qianmai and looked toward Tao Master Blue Dream. His eyes shined brightly, but that light soon dissipated. Wang Lin waved his hand and the wheel formation stopped. A oval-shaped hole opened up before Tao Master Blue Dream that led to Wang Lin. Tao Master Blue Dream didn't hesitate and brought Li Qianmai inside. He appeared before Wang Lin and sat down. He looked at the Emperor Furnace behind Wang Lin and his gaze became gentle. "I know you like wine. This is the blue silk wine I made. Do you want a drink?" Tao Master Blue Dream waved his right hand. A water blue wine jug flew toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin looked at Tao Master Blue Dream. He smiled as he accepted the wine and put it on the side. Tao Master Blue Dream picked up a wine jug and took a sip. He slowly said, "In my whole life, I've rarely been wrong about a person. However, when it comes to you, I admit that I had underestimated you each time. In the illusion formation, I had to act. Part of it was for myself and part of it was for my daughter. At that time, I had always believed that although you were excellent, if you didn't cut your connection with the inner realm, you would not be qualified to be my son-in-law. I didn't think you would reach your current cultivation level. Give me the 5th concubine and become my son-in-law. From now on, I'll take the Blue Silk clan and join the inner realm. I'll use my old bones to sweep the path ahead for you. Tao Master Blue Dream took a big gulp of wine and voiced the decision he had made after thinking for 9 months. Li Qiangmei's body trembled and she turned to look at her father. Along the way here, her father didn't say a word. She understood that her father was one of the 5 masters of the ancient star system. With such an identity and cultivation, he didn't just say those words for her mother. Tao Master Blue Dream calmly said, "Let the past be bygones. Wang Lin, I will wait here for your reply." Wang Lin looked at Tao Master Blue Dream. He then picked up the wine pot Red Butterfly had passed him and took a sip before closing his eyes. Tao Master Blue Dream was in no rush. He sat there, looking at the outer realm, waiting for Wang Lin's reply. Li Qianmei was silent for a long time and slowly sat down. Her position was very clear. She was closer to Wang Lin, as if she was on guard against her father. How could Tao Master Blue Dream not notice his daughter's action? His eyes dimmed an indiscernible amount, but Li Qianmei didn't notice. Time passed. In the blink of eye, the last 3 months of the 2nd year had gone by. This 2nd year was very calm, there was no fighting. On the last day of the 2nd year, Red Butterfly stood up and looked at Wang Lin. This year was very quick for her. Wang Lin seemed to notice that Red Butterfly was about to leave. Wang Lin opened his eyes. Wang Lin calmly asked, "About to leave?" Red Butterfly smiled. She nodded and said, "I have already taken up a year of your time. Big Sister Mu is still waiting. Take care." Wang Lin looked at Red Butterfly. He could no longer see any trace of her pride. Red Butterfly smiled and looked at Wang Lin profoundly. She turned to leave, but she suddenly stopped and turned back toward Wang Lin. There was hesitation in her eyes. Teacher said that in her earlier years, she met a grand scholar named Wang. I originally had no chance of survival, but the grand scholar left a formation for my teacher and gave me the name Red Butterfly. When Wang Lin heard this, his eyes shined brightly. His body became tense and he revealed a look of disbelief and shock. "What did you say?" Red Butterfly saw the change in Wang Lin's expression. She pondered a bit and then repeated what she had said. After hearing Red Butterfly's words, Wang Lin didn't speak for a long time. At this moment, a monstrous wave was set off in his heart. He didn't understand. All of it was supposed to be a dream he had created using the deception Tao. It should have all been fake, to give himself a perfect cycle. However, Red Butterfly's words shattered all of this. This suddenly made Wang Lin unable to distinguish what was real or not. How could it be like this? What exactly is true, what is false? Why is it like this? Wang Lin thought he had comprehended the essences, but at this moment, he was confused. Had he really comprehended them? Red Butterfly turned around and left. However, after a few steps, she stopped and, with hesitation, turned to ask one more question. "Qing Shui, your senior brother, do you understand him?" Wang Lin forced himself out of the shock. He looked at Red Butterfly and slowly said, "What do you want to ask?" Does he have any family?" Red Butterfly bit her lower lip. After a long time, she seemed to have made a decision. Wang Lin frowned and carefully looked at Red Butterfly. He recalled what happened back in All Heaven, when Qing Shui was standing before Red Butterfly. Wang Lin saw from the distance that he was blocking an attack for her. Senior brother has lived a bitter life. His clan perished during his childhood. After that, he entered the celestial realm and his wife died. He also had a daughter who had entered the reincarnation cycle again and again. She has likely forgotten everything from the past. If there was really any relative, it would be that daughter, Wang Lin spoke softly. This caused Red Butterfly's body to tremble and she closed her eyes. After a long time, she opened her eyes. There was confusion in her gaze. His daughter's left shoulder had a red bright mark. This mark will follow through reincarnation and not dissipate. Wang Lin looked meaningfully at Red Butterfly. Red Butterfly staggered a few steps back and her face instantly turned pale. Thank you. When she said 2 words, she couldn't even hear herself. She turned into a ray of red light, heading back to All Heaven. Her speed reached the limit that her cultivation level allowed. She was returning to All Heaven to see Qing Shui. Red Butterfly left. In the last day of the 2nd year, Mu Bingmai arrived beside Wang Lin. She didn't say a word and just calmly sat there. She nodded at Li Qianmai and closed her eyes. Li Qianmai knew Mu Bingmai. The two had met in the Cloud Sea and knew each other's identities. Wang Lin didn't give Dao Master Blue Dream an answer right away. He was also thinking about what Dao Master Blue Dream had said. It wasn't until 6 months of the 3rd year had passed that Wang Lin opened his eyes and looked at Dao Master Blue Dream. I have a wife. This was the first thing Wang Lin said to Dao Master Blue Dream. Li Qianmai lowered her head so Wang Lin wouldn't see her depressed expression. Dao Master Blue Dream smiled as he looked at his daughter and softly said, "You can still have a second wife. You can continue to think, I'm not in a hurry. This old man has brought his daughter here, and I have no intention of leaving. You don't have the strength to deal with 7-color or old Ghost John, isn't that correct?" Dao Master Blue Dream's gaze fell on Wang Lin. If I wanted to, I could have entered the Arcane Turbulent many years ago. If I could survive 9 times, then I could reach Void Turbulent. It's just that I'm not confident. But even if the 7-colored Daoist and Old Ghost John has powerful cultivator and even if there is that 3rd existence, with my help, we may still win. Daoist Blue Dream spoke slowly. Li Qianmai and Mu Bingmai didn't understand, but Wang Lin's eyes narrowed. So it turns out you also know about that. Wang Lin's gaze matched Dao Master Blue Dream. I should be the 2nd person that was born in the cave who found out, after Old Ghost John. Dao Master Blue Dream let out a sigh. When I learned of this back then, I found it extremely absurd, and I wouldn't have believed it, but the person who told me was my wife. Also, the 5th concubine sealed in the furnace behind you. I had to believe her words. Dao Master Blue Dream shook his head bitterly. When the Celestial Sovereign's 8 concubines descended onto this world, the 5th concubine lost her body and took her soul form. My wife could perfectly merge with her soul, so she was possessed by the 5th concubine. However, she didn't destroy my wife's soul but used it as a means to make me complete various tasks for her. I originally wasn't going to act during your calamity, but she used my wife's soul to force me, so I had to act. I can kill the 5th concubine, but I can't do it. 2 years ago, the Sovereign came to find me and promised to help me force the soul of the 5th concubine out of my wife's body. All the people that know of this think that if they can help me do this, I will do whatever it takes, even help them do anything. But they are all wrong. I love my wife, no one understands this more than me. My wife's soul has long fused with the 5th concubine, making it impossible to separate them from each other. If one dies, then the other will die as well. I couldn't bear to take action, so I always hoped for miracle. I could only bear it alone. You have sealed her, and that relieved me of this burden. Dao Master Blue Dream had a complicated gaze as he spoke. She is long gone and only sadness remains. Every time I acted, I only made my daughter resent me and be even more on guard against me, so I won't act against you anymore. And this battle has already reached a point where it is pointless. No matter how much we fight, we are all cultivators from the same cave. Dao Master Blue Dream stood up and waved his sleeves. His eyes revealed a bright, blue light as he looked outside the formation. At the same time, Wang Lin's eyes narrowed and looked coldly at the space outside the formation. 3 rays of light closed in with shocking killing intent and resentment. Inside those 3 rays of light were people Wang Lin was familiar with. They were Dao Master Miao Yin, Devil Master 9 Heaven, and Great Desolation. These 3 people were originally trapped inside the ancient tomb and shouldn't have appeared here, but they were saved by the sovereign. Their hatred for Wang Lin was monstrous, and they had come here with the intent to kill. Today was the 6th month of the 2nd year. There was still half a year left until Wang Lin's agreement with the 4 great generals. Wang Lin, this old man knows that you're still on guard against me, and even my daughter didn't trust me as a father while you cultivated. Today, I'll do what I should do as a father. Although Tao Master Blue Dream had said this to Wang Lin, his eyes were looking toward Li Qianmai with fatherly love. With a wave of his sleeve, he stepped toward the outer realm. His body turned into a ray of light and he instantly flew out from inside the formation. Miao Yin, 9 Heaven, Great Desolation, the 3 of you, scram for me. Tao Master Blue Dream suddenly let out a roar. This roar set off a powerful wave across the star system and formed a storm. This caused Miao Yin and company to stop. Blue Dream. What are you doing? Tao Master Blue Dream, why are you stopping the 3 of us? There is no reason. If you all don't leave within 3 breaths, I'll kill you. Blue Dream's hair danced as he stood there. Behind him was the wheel formation, and the 3 people were before him. However, his figure was like a mountain. With him there, no one could take half a step forward. His peak arcane void cultivation erupted from his body. The power of peak arcane void was heaven-shattering. He didn't attack, but just the aura of his cultivation made the star system tremble. It was as if the entire star system had to submit to his strength. Tao Master Miao Yin's expression changed. He, 9 Heaven, and Great Desolation all looked at each other and saw the dread in each other's eyes. The 5 masters of the ancient star system all had varying cultivation levels. Although the sovereign had terrifying power, Blue Dream at full power was even more terrifying. If not for the fact that his wife had caused his Tao heart to become flawed and he wasn't willing to enter Arcane Turbulent, then not even the sovereign could order Blue Dream. The 3 of them understood this well. This video will end here.